we're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames to see what is going on for the divine feminine, what is going on for the divine masculine. We have a lot coming up too as we are getting ready for that eclipse after the weekend. Now, eclipses are like the wild card. Things can go any way. This means expect the unexpected, but these are powerful energies for twin flames. As this first eclipse, it's a super moon and it's in Pisces, and Pisces deals with the spiritual. And because twin flame is such a spiritual connection, you're going to be feeling each other. This is going to magnetize you and help you on your path moving forward into union, or if you're in union, just feeling strong union vibes. And this helps to shift you closer into your destiny. And since twin flame is your destined partner, it's always the universe and the universal energies that are trying to bring you together on the higher level too. So you might feel you're missing your person, wanting to be around them. You're feeling craving for them. You're feeling longing for them a little bit extra as we're navigating these energies. We have a lot of intense astrology that is kind of, we'll say, gonna shift us into these eclipses over the next couple of days too. We have a lot of really, really big alignments, but we're gonna do a reading specifically for twin flame. We'll start with the divine feminine side of things too. Now, this is just a general reading, so take what resonates for your specific situation. That's why I always say do the one-on-one phone calls on my website under readings. I also do twin flame coaching, which is great for helping you through this process. It's going to bring a lot of healing to the surface. So take what resonates for you. I am an energy healer. I'm always trying to get you to do more. I have healings, clearings, and activations on my website. It is going to help you a ton. All right, divine masculine is like, I know somewhere, let me take you somewhere. Usually it takes you into the dark night of the soul, shadow work, inner child healing, feelings of rejection, abandonment, loneliness, right? Twin flame in a nutshell lately. All right, so you're working through and you're healing a lot on your side, divine feminine. Sometimes divine masculine acts nonchalant, like they're unfazed, but that is the farthest from the truth of this. They feel everything you're feeling and they're experiencing everything that you're experiencing, maybe in a different way, but they are. Sometimes they're just dealing with it differently. So it's very important that you're trying to just not fall into things and that you're staying in the higher frequency. Of course, you're going to have to go through these layers and it might even be rebirth. So every time you go into separation or you're not coming into union, oftentimes you might even be going through layers of ego death. This might make you feel disconnected. You're doing soul searching. You don't even know who you are anymore. So we're navigating this kind of energy. Just depends on where you're at with it. But let's just start because we do have this separation. We'll get into that in a minute, but right, this is like popping out to me. Okay. So let's just start with divine feminine side of things. Make sure you're also booking me on my website, Divine Feminine Collective, divine masculine. If you're watching, messages directly from your feminine. My spirit is always with you. Can you feel me? Do you still love me too? You might try to switch off this connection and you can't because it's literally like, it's like trying to go back to sleep, like once you're awake, right? It ain't gonna happen. All right, jokes aside, you're feeling this connection. We can distract ourselves. We can numb ourselves from this connection. We most of the time people try to stay busy and do other things, but this connection always remains too. Now we have a lot coming up for divine feminine side right now on both sides. You might be having karmics pop up, and this might be because some of you guys might even see your divine masculine with karmics on their side, right? It's a whole thing, but we're going to talk about divine feminine. You're being guided to protect your energy right now. If you're in union, you don't have to worry about that because when you're in your connection with your divine masculine, they keep you kind of protected just being around you. If you're in separation, because we have this card, or working towards union, really protect your energy right now. So I get to work with a ton of twin flames and kind of see what's going on too on another level. And I was explaining someone to this morning that usually when you're in union, you don't notice. Your friends are like, oh, great. You go into separation and on both sides, you start to see the people that are trying to keep you apart. They're giving you bad advice. They're like, stay away from this person, be done with this person. And then, you're noticing that on both sides, there are people around you where their job, that we call them karmics, is just to keep you apart from your twin flame. Usually they're putting negative ideas out there like, oh, this person is terrible, stay away from them, be done with this person, things like that. Watch out right now because we have a lot of karmic interference. I really feel the reason for this is because of the eclipses. And so it might be stirring things up. Okay, if this is people that you've learned with in the past popping up, get rid of them. You're collecting aspects of your soul that you haven't quite fully healed from in some type of way. See what's up, but you need to really protect your energy right now, because you're having in this space. I realize if your divine masculine isn't in it, and this is the tree of life stuff, that we have these little spaces in our life. If your divine masculine isn't there, people will try to vibrate into their space, right? Make sure you're keeping that space open right now. It feels very lonely. You go through a lot, especially if you know your masculine isn't doing the same. We won't go there right now, but make sure that you're keeping that space open anyways, especially if you really want union. And of course, we have a lot of sabotage and stuff coming up on divine feminine side. They might have triggered different things for you going through this experience. To make sure that you know this is not connected to your self-worth, whatever is happening or whatever your divine masculine has been doing with you. I assure you of that. So staying in your confidence, staying in that higher frequency, and being really, really selective. And, then you're having a lot of space. And I think that's what people are dealing with in separation. Make sure you're putting that energy into yourself and things that are good for you. I have awakened to our connection. I know we have a timeless bond between us, and this is hard because you're awake to this connection, but for some, the divine masculine is acting like they don't want you, like you want them, they don't want you. They're acting like they'll talk to any other woman but you, right? Or they're hanging out with other women, especially. Might even be third parties in some. This isn't for everyone, but you're going to know. And this can be a lot to go through on a spiritual level too, because you just want to be with this person too, and this person might have pushed you aside a lot, tried to sever the connection, tried to move on, distanced, caused separation on their side. And this can be so much to go through if you've been experiencing this, or not allowing you in. This is all about the walls they've built and not wanting to let you in and things like that. This has a lot to do with attachment, trauma, wounding, inner child stuff. And they might be triggering deep stuff like that on your side of going through this too. And it's very hard because oftentimes these things have to come to the surface for both to be able to heal these things, or to realize these things, or to move through these things. Twin flames, you came here to do this. You came here to heal and work through these issues to shift into union. It's like your mission. It's what you came here to do ultimately. You might have to go through a lot of layers to get there, but I think it's important that you're staying the course right now, divine feminine. Our beliefs were just too different. I couldn't reconcile mine to yours. I miss looking into your eyes and into your soul. And this is hard because this isn't the typical connection. This person literally has half your soul. You'll feel that, right? It's not the normal connection when you're around each other. That's why you feel the oneness, just being around each other, of the energy dynamic when you come close. I settled for second best because I didn't deserve you. Some of you guys might be considering, this is the worst thing to say, other options. Because we have the separation card, especially if you've been in separation a while. It depends how things are playing out, but make sure you're not getting caught up in karmic relationships right now. And you might be kind of being made aware of that too, or that you're outgrowing karmic connections. I knew you were the one when I met you, and this person did come into your life in divine timing, but oftentimes they are a catalyst for your awakening, or bringing you to the next level too. Oftentimes you start to do a lot of inner work, obviously around your twin flame, of healing yourself and making yourself a better version and things like that. I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. So there might have been some type of ghosting on either side. This could be blocking. This could be distancing or separation. I've been manifesting you. Both twin flames have been manifesting each other. I always tell the divine feminine to stay the course, trying to manifest this connection. Things can shift anytime. Like your DM can always come in and have an epiphany, come to Jesus moment, right? Like, not funny. All right, epiphany, tell you how they feel, because sometimes they're hiding their feelings and they have deep feelings for you and you don't know that. They could always come in. They could always decide to do this. They could put the effort in, and things can shift dramatically anytime that they want to if you're waiting on your divine masculine, keyword waiting. So this is like continuing to manifest union. I'm afraid that I lost you forever. You're going to feel like that. It could be a day, it could be weeks, it could be for some longer periods, right? You're going to feel like that in these spaces. Like it's just, that's it. Probably every time you do a separation and you're navigating these separation or these darker places, it depends. So make sure you're not, I know you don't have a choice to, because you fall into these spins and upheavals, especially emotionally, but try not to All right, this is, you need to have more faith in this connection and believe that you deserve the best. You might be losing faith in this situation or this person or whatever is coming up with this connection. Make sure that you're working on your root chakra and having faith in the universe. Someone told me this morning, I know this separation is temporary or something like that. And I loved that, right? And know that if you're in this separation, because somehow we have this card we'll get to in a minute, then know that this is temporary. Work on raising your vibration. This is going to make you very, very magnetic to your twin flame. When you're in these high frequencies, you're going to notice that they are around you. Make sure that you're aligning your frequency with union and aligning your life with union. So sometimes, like I said, you're needing that space, and to have that space open for this person. You're being guided to go down a different kind of path. You're on the twin flame journey. If you're drawn to this video, it's a different kind of path, right? This is a healing path. We have this card next. I'm just waiting to get to it. This is a healing journey. It's an inner journey. You have to get into inner union with your divine feminine, divine masculine, into balance, and your divine masculine will reflect that. I was looking at astrology last night, not trying to, but I was pulling up some astrology stuff and looking at, because I'm always like learning new things. And I don't know, Spirit was showing me some stuff with the astrology. You're probably going to find that your divine masculine is the perfect astrology balance for you, like no one else. Like, while we have some karmic connections that were clearing are destined to happen, and they were destined to make you a better person, they were meant to end that way. And when you meet the twin flame, you'll understand why these other connections had to end or they didn't work out. But your twin flame is like perfect for you in every way, especially astrologically. You're going to see so many really good things there where you're meant to be a lasting union. You're built to last. So while the karmics, obviously they might start out intense, but they didn't last because they're not good for you. The twin flame is different. You actually have the astrology that'll help you go the distance and stay the length. And you guys are literally like very attracted to each other in different qualities, but astrologically too, like how you're made, we'll say your elements and things like that. And I think that's very important when we're looking at connections and we're trying to understand the connections in our life that we're trying to navigate, and to understand, we'll say, how these connections work out or will work out, especially on that future level too. Okay, you got to stay out of ego. This is where you get very upset and triggered, and you might even say things, you might even sabotage things. You go into these negative energies and spins, and I think this is hard for the masculine side too, because I don't know if they ever think that they're creating some of this too, or responsible for it, right? It takes two for how it will go, and some of what the divine feminine goes through, right? And things like that. And it just kind of depends. So staying out of that ego. You're working on healing a lot during this time. I was talking yesterday on my videos about going into an intense healing phase over the next couple of months. Take care of yourself, self-care. Be gentle with yourself and your twin flame. They're going through a lot too. Sometimes it's fear that kicks off on their side and it can cause these things, or whatever it is. We see a lot of that coming up. It is safe for you to love. You need to open up your heart to this person and give and receive love with this person. This is a past life connection. You guys are destined to come together and meet. However, it's up to you how this is going. You need to really make the effort with this person. I know it can be hard because some of you guys are like, what did someone say? Getting radio silence, getting ignored, getting shut out, getting blocked, and you'll see your divine masculine having fun with other people or whatever it is. And this can be very hard to go through on the divine feminine side, because you want reconciliation if you're apart. This isn't for everyone. Some of you guys are in union, but if apart, this message is for you. They're going to return into your life. You're going to reconcile with this person. But you're needing to take the necessary steps to work on yourself to be a better version of yourself. This is what your divine masculine is looking for too. So you might be in a separation and you might be spending time apart right now, but it is so you can work on yourself. You will reconcile with this person, and this can be hard to understand. For some, you're going to get that commitment. If there's been some type of commitment issue where, and I see this morning, people send me all their texts, and I talk all day about this stuff, right? Okay, for my job. Okay, anyways, and they're sending me like, if this person has commitment issue and they're keeping you at arm's length, they don't want to date, they want to keep you in the friend zone, whatever. All right, just know that you're gonna shift into this commitment with them too, and this is something that they might have a fear of that they need to work through. For some, that if you're in union, this can be an engagement, moving in together, marriage, having children. For some, it might just mean shifting into reunion, union energy, or actually a committed relationship. I think that's just all we ever want, right? We don't want the third parties, right? We're like, we just want to know that when we're dating nowadays, this person's committed. I think we've all been through a lot in the past where we've been like cheated on, right? Broken up with. We all carry a lot of that. And it's like, you just want to know when you're dating that, you know, you guys are both working on this. You just want the effort back and forth. It doesn't work if not, right? And things like that. So I think that Divine Feminine just wants some level of commitment from their masculine and some type of equal effort, we'll say, at this point. You're tapping into a lot of abundance. You need to work on the other areas of your life. This could be your job, business stuff, things going on too. All right, your divine masculine's coming through. You know that they love you and care about you more than they're letting on to. This has been affecting them, shaking them up, putting them through ego stuff too. All right, pay attention to your third eye right now and the downloads and the insights that you're getting. I've been having a lot of synchronicity. Like, I'm sitting there staring at my phone and I see, like, this morning, I don't know, my twin flames name across it, but in a different way through my work stuff or whatever. And it could be like all those angel numbers you're seeing. I had like 3 this morning, right? And their name, it's like, I don't know, you're having a lot of, I don't want to call it the supernatural, but it's more than synchronicity. It's the universe trying to get your attention and to keep you on track, because you'll want to quit at certain times. Trust me, you'll want to throw the towel and you'll be, right? You're like, the karmics were easier. I didn't have to go through all of this, you know, whatever. It was just a relationship. And you just want that relationship too. And oftentimes it's taking you through all of these spirals of it too. So it's to keep you on course with all of this, because you'll have your moments and things like that. Needing to heal any type of trust issues and change how you're seeing things and your perception right now. This eclipse is here to help us to change how we're seeing things. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands, and this is like, all right, you might feel exhausted and burnt out. Divine Masculine should have a lot of energy right now, but on the feminine side, you might feel exhausted, burnt out. You are not in control of things, you know that. And you're in this surrender energy, kind of, whether you've had to surrender to your masculine, which you have, and how they want to do things, it's all in the masculine's hand, or you're surrendering to the universe and praying to God about this too. I know a lot of you are. Like, literally, like, it's making you get very spiritual and pray at this point, and it's all kind of past your control, but you might feel burnt out in some areas of your life. All right, I'm going to make this joke, and I shouldn't. I said they had their 9/11 Hollywood Illuminati party last night. And if you guys are feeling a little tired today, okay, all white workers on deck, you need to raise your vibe. All right, you might feel a little bit of an energy hangover with all these. We're getting bombarded with solar flares and other things on the planet, right? We'll say collective energies. You might be feeling the collective energies and shifts we're all going through. All right, so make sure you're raising your vibration. You're going to be feeling a lot better over the next couple of days. There's a lot of X flares coming in. Now, a lot of people are like, this will affect your moods. We want to use these energies to manifest right now. Like, yes, now. Whenever you're seeing this video, because they're going to keep coming the next couple of days especially, and intensify through the equinox. Use these energies to manifest. Get out of that lack if you're in separation, and stop focusing on that and focus on union, reunion, and how it feels. Okay, so 2 of Cups, and this is my Lover's card and Divine Union card. We know that, but it's much more, because sometimes this can indicate obviously friendship, but it's a love affair, right? This is mutual feelings. This person loves you just as much. They want you just as much. That might be frustrating them. Some of you guys are dealing with we'll say intense circumstances. It could be distance, long distance, separation, challenges, just the mind, whatever it is, you're dealing with a lot within this union. This was not just simple circumstances too. So know that this is supposed to be shifting into union right now. Union in a beautiful relationship that has the potential, whether this is just spiritual marriage and union, or even marriage, if that's in the cards for you guys, or in the contract, shall we say. All right, but this is like, we have this card where you should be in a good flow of giving and receiving. Okay, this is Divine Feminine has been dealing, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. You know me, I'm the one who'll say it. You've been dealing with vampires coming out. You're like, this could be the karmic exes we're talking about, and you'll see that because you have such a contrast. Like, I was telling myself, I had to sit and think about this. Like, the karmics were really, really bad for your energy and money, the twin flame's really good for those things, believe it or not. Okay, this is how you'll be able to tell. Like their twin flame is aligned with your mission and what you do spiritually. Karmics weren't, and they were just trying to use you in some type of way. So this is the card of being used. You've been through that a lot in your past. Divine Masculine might not understand everything that you've been through. You have a lot of, and you're not going to like this, some of you guys have been through actual abuse. You've been used in a lot of ways. You've been taken for granted. You've been depleted. You've been drained. It's like Divine Feminine is the fountain, right? You've been literally like fracked, like right tapped. And this is in the past. However, you have to still have boundaries. If anything, your Divine Masculine has been teaching you to have better boundaries when they met you, because they know that you weren't always valuing yourself, your energy, or having good boundaries. And they've taught you a lot about that, because we know the masculine has no problem with that, right? Choosing themselves. And sometimes the Divine Feminine can be a little bit too giving, to the point of we have that exhausting card or things coming up. And maybe being more mindful of the connections in your life. Now, the universe cleared a lot of these connections prior to you meeting your twin flame, because we have the Tower, and you've been through this Tower prior to meeting them. Like, I know when I met my twin flame, I went through the biggest Tower moment of my life, and it didn't make sense till my twin flame appeared. And then it all made sense of why this was happening, because we have this coming up again for Divine Feminine, okay? Because you're having to go back in and to take back your power and close out those timelines, not by choice if they're coming up. So you may have past people, because I've had people all over telling me this for days, and I've been going through it too. You might have past people from the past coming up. You need to clear this for good. Like maybe they're able to still access you or find you or whatever it is. You need to clear this stuff, whether it is friends, family, or past connections, or people from your past coming up too, as needing to close out these timelines, as they can bring you onto their timelines. Okay, so we have a lot of collapsing out of old karmic timelines that are happening for both, but we're doing reading for the Divine Feminine because of this eclipse, right? There are things that needed closed out. I know that within my awakening, 10 years into my awakening, I had to go back into all of these timelines that were way, way old, 15 years old, before my awakening, and like go back and revisit them and close them out in some way. So the universe may take you back into things. It is not so that you can reconnect with these people that were never good for you in the first place. Now, be grateful for the lessons that you learned. They were destined to happen to get you into this union, and you needed them. However, just be careful, because you may have people popping up from your past, and you'll have to block and move on, okay? Because they might get in the way or be interfering with union if you choose to entertain this stuff too. Okay, if you feel lonely because you've been in separation and you've been isolating, twin flames go through intense purification. Stay in that energy. You're almost out of it. I did a call yesterday. I was telling this woman this. You're almost out of it. You've been in this hermit energy. It's lonely. You've lost all your friends. You've lost your family. You've lost your twin flame, of course, right? Not for everyone, but you know you've been through that, because that had to happen. And it's lonely. Now, you'll see Divine Masculine, they might be life of the party. They have karmics, they're having fun, they got friends, they're suddenly very social, they're with their family. But on the Divine Feminine side, from what I see in this process, some of you guys are very lonely, and you've been sitting alone, and you've been doing that deep level of work. But this is also what has taken you into the biggest rebirth that you've been through, because we go through that with spiritual awakening when we awaken, but twin flame journey takes us into our own process too. So we have, and this is in reverse, thank God, my Tower moment. This is just the rug getting pulled out from under you. For some, this might be connected to your twin flame. They might have been in your life and just gone, and you're in separation, or they might have come back and you think it's reunion and you're so happy and excited, and they're gone again. And things like that, right? So this is like loss. You've been through a lot of loss, but this is also in reverse. So this is recovering from that loss. Hopefully they've hit enough of your buttons, the same buttons over and over, that those buttons aren't causing you pain anymore, because those are the same buttons that the karmics used to connect to and attach to in an unhealthy way. And when your twin flame comes in and hits those same buttons and triggers, and you heal them, then you can come together and connect in a healthy way without the trauma and things like that in the way, right? So this is like, you've been through that Tower, but you're coming out the other side of it right now. and you should be feeling a lot better about yourself, your energy, and your life. I know you still have healing to do. We're going to keep going with this, right? Okay, so we have the Three of Wands in reverse, and we want it upright. And this is when it's upright, he's waiting for the Divine Feminine card. He's waiting for union and the manifestation of union. But this is, and maybe even, I always say travel. I had some nice stories this morning about travel and with their flame, or somewhere with their flame, or to their flame, right? I see a lot of travel, and thank God across the collective. I'm getting ready to travel after the weekend, we'll say next week. Just whatever. But some of you guys weren't traveling because of global stuff, right? I'm not going to go there. And now we see people moving around a little bit more, which is nice. And so sometimes this might be also preparation too, if you know your twin flames apart and you never were to get you apart in that way. I've seen a lot of twin flames coming together. And I mean, this is a flame reading, like go meet your twin flame and spend time with them somewhere, go on holiday with them, or if you're living apart, to like go see them too. So this is like manifesting, and this is like travel or moving, you know, with your twin flame, especially if you guys are living in different states, cities, countries, whatever. And then this is like this guy on the card is waiting for his ship. Now, we don't do ships anymore, we do airplanes, right? But he's waiting for his ship so that he can go see his Divine Feminine, right? And to go on some type of travel, and all of his hard work is paid off. He's worked so hard on the Divine Masculine side to get here, to manifest this, and to get into union, because that's what that ship is. It's union arriving. But this is in reverse, and so something is going on, and that they're unhappy with, they might have stayed home. This is my moving back home card. They might have chose to stay, and we'll call it where they were, and that they are unhappy with the choices being made, because this is like, they know that this would have brought about a lot of growth and expansion, and that you bring them a lot of soul growth and expansion. We don't like growth. That makes me uncomfortable. I hate it, right? But they know that this connection was good for them, and that if they didn't get on that ship, right, or that union, or they didn't go for union, that they are not happy right now. And it won't matter how much a lot of the masculine is trying to forget about you and numb you, whether it's with, not everyone, but I'm not trying to pick, but I see a lot more of this on the masculine side. Rebounds, alcohol, hanging out with friends, partying, going back to old ways, doing anything, getting out of the house, then sitting at home and sitting with themselves, right? Because they know they can't get you out of their head, so they're trying to do anything they can to try to, you know, numb, forget about you, whatever it is, but they're not happy without you once they've met you. And this is a spiritual thing, right, too? So when we don't, okay, I always talk about when we're not aligned with our life path or purpose, we get depressed, right? I know y'all been there with the karmics. You start to get depressed. There's something else, right? It's like spiritual awakening energy. It's like when you're asleep, you knew there was something else and you were not happy. Something was missing, right? Until you pop through that awakening level. So when you're asleep and you're in the 3D, you're depressed. And the reason why is because it's your soul mission trying to get you and your attention, and you know that there's something more. Well, it's like that with twin flame. So your masculine right now is not happy, and we're not going to say not happy with you. They're not happy if in separation, or if they didn't take some type of opportunity to be with you, or they feel that their manifestations didn't come through when it comes to you or union. You can look at that as limbo if in separation. I call it a limbo space. Okay. It's like being stuck in a dark room in separation, literally. Union's like the light and bliss in 5D, and it's the dimension above it. And so it's almost like being, I call it 4D, but it's different. It's like being stuck in a dark room by yourself. You're like, what? And then above it, a dimension above it is union, and you two together, right? And happy and merging and having fun and laughing, right? And hanging out and exchanging energy and vibes. And you're by yourself. You're almost in, because separation is like the curtain comes down in the blackness, right? It's like the black curtain between you both, and you can't really see what's going on. And you're just in a room by yourself too. So we have options in that room. You either sit by yourself, oh God, and go into the darkest aspects of your soul again and again, and you feel lonely. and you miss your twin flame, or people fill that void with karmics, and then you'll get annoyed by them because they're not your twin flame. You'll just think about your twin flame even more, and you'll probably feel guilty, I assume, if people are on that level engaging, and then usually it just leads you back to your twin flame anyway. So neither is a good option of the separation, right, and navigating that space. So everyone navigates that differently. Okay, masculine collective. We're going to do what's going on for the Divine Masculine Collective, direct messages from your masculine. I'm confused about what I should do about my feelings for you. They have strong feelings for you. This is not mediocre love. This is like the love that they write. I wrote 5 books and counting. You're like, what? This is the stuff they write books and movies about, and it's like not even easy to write about. It is like the real deal love, right? It's like, yeah, my karmics, I had to put them in there just to teach you guys and show you the order of it. I think they got like a half a page, and these books were about my twin flame experience, that, you know, whatever. Okay, so this is the stuff that books and movies are about. Think The Notebook, right? Things like that. This is the stuff that, like, it's the real deal. It is intense. You don't want this mediocre karmic love that's just transactional and about matrix stuff. This is like the real deal. This is sparks flying. This is finding the other half of your soul, spiritual alchemy, spiritual connection, and your twin flame loves you because you're spiritual. They love that side of you too. You're much more than that too, but no one ever loved me again the way you did. I never appreciated you till you were gone. If absent, this person is feeling your absence a ton. They can't even just sit there, like I said, with themselves. They're really, really feeling you. They're feeling your energy. Even in the physical, if you're not together and you're in separation, you are so connected astrally, emotionally, energetically. This is also a strong emotional connection. It's everything rolled into one. Trust me, this is your dream partner. They're going to be the most amazing lover on that level you ever had. They're emotional. They can sit. You just want to sit and talk with them and tell them things. They're on every level. They check all the boxes. I worry that you've moved on and this is all in my head. Do you still think about me? They might worry you're moving on, especially the more they've let you sit too, because we know that. And if you think Divine Masculine gets a lot of love offers, try being a woman nowadays, right? Someone was telling me that. They're like, I was out and there were all these guys all over me. I had to be like, oh my God. And I know it's the same for my flame, but you know, when you're a girl, I wouldn't be leaving a pretty girl that's your flame by yourself, because it's not just they're how they look, it's you're in that flame energy. So I know Divine Masculine is noticing since you met your person. Before you met your person, you weren't noticed that much, but as soon as you begin to merge with your twin flame feminine, you become so magnet. Women are just all over you. And it's the same for the Divine Feminine too, even more. You're very much more attractive because of the energy of the flame around you. So people can misunderstand that energy, and they come to you feeling the flame energy and feeling we'll say the pull of the flame too. So Divine Masculine is worried if they've been letting you sit too long that you might be moving on, Divine Feminine. I see you in the face of strangers. You're always with me. So even if they're around people, they're going to be always comparing them to you, thinking about you, seeing you on some level. They might see people that look like you. I have to be in contact with you again. I miss you so much. If there's a no contact, no communication, this is the worst spaces to be in. This person thinks about reaching out to you or calling you, but they might be having a hard time with that. Any no communication kills you. You might be a week or a couple weeks or months and it feels like years, and it is just the worst space to be in, especially if one or the other has the person blocked and you're trying to reach out and you can't, and things like that too. So if there is that space, this person wants to open up communication. They have a lot to tell you. They want to tell you how they feel. Okay, it's easier being with someone from my world. So they might be hanging out with other people, and this might be irking you. They will never compare to you. And that's the thing about twin flame, and you're realizing that once you met your flame, you don't want anyone else. No one else will compare to the flame. And maybe some of you guys have to go learn that lesson on your own, but I feel it's a lesson that you learn, and things like that. So this is some hard space to be in. And it's because you're not meant to be with anyone else once you meet. We're meant to be together. I'll wait as long as it takes for a shot with you. I should have fought for you, and maybe this person is realizing that instead of fighting against their Divine Feminine, they should have been fighting to be with you and trying and putting in effort. I know, right? And things might have gone differently. I underestimated how important you are in my life. I was selfish and stuck in ego. I want to treat you the way you deserve. All right, community. I love this card because twin flames should be doing things together. And I say together with your flame. You can do these things on your own, but not really. You're going to each have half the puzzle that you put together. And I feel that's to make you guys work together with your gifts too. It's like you guys literally each have half of the puzzle for it. Like I know with me and my own twin flame mission that we do with I'll say our Facebook group, it's like half and half. Like they're supposed to do what they do and me together. And like you're going to find that that's the difference. And I was telling myself that last night. That's the difference between the twin flame and the karmics, that you are here to do big light worker missions together and to change the world. And this is the difference, right? So karmics, they're the ones you're partying, getting high with and forgetting the flame with, right? We know that. Superficial. And they won't last. And that's why twin flame is about saving the planet, healing the planet, coming together to change the world. It's needed more now than ever with how things are going on the planet. Is what we came here to do, is to save the dying old earth, right? Just shifting it into the new earth. And so you guys are meant to do something huge together. This might be healing people. It might be running healing places, homeless places. It just kind of depends on how that will translate into the physical. The more you're unlocking and activating with that, the more resources you'll get for it and the more you'll do with it too. All right, shifting into your potential. Your divine feminine is here to help you to shift into your full potential. Sometimes that means working on yourself too. All right, stay focused on the outcomes that you want too. This is like, you're supposed to be manifesting this union. You're supposed to be working towards it too and working on it too. This is a fifth dimensional connection. I always say you'll meet in the fifth dimension. You're connected on that soul level. You're having dream experiences. You're feeling this person. You're sensing this person. You're telepathically exchanging messages. You're picking up on how they feel, what they're going through. This is such a powerful connection too. This is a fifth dimensional connection too. So most of your karmics were 3D connections. And this is going to take you so high with it too. When you're able to achieve union, so much will come online too with these fifth dimensional gifts and abilities. All right, so we have the divine masculine card. We know that this is reading for the masculine. Your divine feminine wants you. It says your your twin flame is seeking you, and you know that they want you. They're looking for you, right? They are looking for you and wondering where you are. All right, this is bringing new love into this connection. With this too, and staying playful. This is one of the nicest things about twin flames. When you guys can flirt, when you can stay playful, when you can have fun with this connection and keep it light, it is amazing. When it's in the heavy energy, not so much, right? Okay, stay optimistic about this. Stay positive and have faith that you're going to come into this connection. If you're apart, if you're in this connection, that it's going to bring more romance into it. That's what the divine feminine wants. We know women eat that up. Like, right? Get your girl some roses, open the door, take her to a nice dinner, right? Get sexy, whatever it is. Okay, you're getting to know each other, and you guys know each other on such a deep level already. You know your twin flame. I was saying that someone was like, how does my twin flame know this about me? You see every crack and crevice of this person, but you also have that healing balm too. So this is healing family issues. You guys both had really rough childhoods, and this is coming up. Your love life will benefit as you forgive people from your past, especially your parents. Let go of it. Okay, your twin flame might be bringing out old family wounds, we'll say. All right, time to speak your truth. For some, this is telling your twin flame how you feel. This will help you and your twin flame clear core wounds that you have. You're going through a rebirth too. Okay, you're releasing a lot of energies and a lot of baggage. Use the violet flame. This will help you. Twin flames naturally carry the violet flame. This is why we call it the flame energy, right? And what did someone say? I saw this morning, I think. Why do you think they call it twin flame? There's only you two. There's only one. You only have one twin flame, right? Okay, use the violet flame. You're going through a powerful rebirth. You need to let go of regret of how things went and stuff like that. You need to focus on the present and let go of the past. You might be punishing your twin flame for the past or staying stuck in separation loops over things that happened in the past. We have the Fool, but it's in reverse. You're supposed to be doing a new beginning with this person, but some of you guys you're not doing it. You don't have lack of faith. You're not having enough hope in this situation. You're not trusting in the situation enough. And this is a block, we'll call it, when we see these reverse cards. Okay, so this is Eight of Swords. We had this yesterday, so I'm not going to go too into this. You're in your head a lot. You're literally in your head. You have fear and anxiety running the show. Fear pushes you away from your twin flame, makes you go avoidant, makes you go runner. Anxiety, too needy energy, and you're clinging back and forth. Sometimes you're really clinging and you're around them a ton and a little too much, and sometimes you're running, right? And it's like, all right, well, you got both going on in your head over this connection. Time to really clear your head. We have the King of Cups. You know you love this person. This is one of the most powerful water symbolisms, but it's in signs, but it's also all about love and coming in with this love too, and being secure, being mature, being calm, being balanced in your energy, and empathic and caring. It's all your divine feminine wants is for you to act like you care more, right? Cute, right? And to be more empathic to her side of things. You are the most beautiful empathic lover. Being more empathic and opening up to your twin flame, connecting with them, sharing your feelings more. And I know that might make you a little bit, oh my God, because you have deep feelings. Sometimes you don't share them. All right, we have this Page of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you guys aren't doing good financially. It could be work, health, not feeling well. Okay, and this is like money. You might not be doing great with your money or your sacral right now. And this is because this union is meant to bring you a lot of really positive sacral energy too. So if you're in separation, you know what I mean, a block here. And this is not going after what you desire. We're programmed in society to shut down our certain desires and sexuality and things like that. But you know that you have a very strong pull to your divine feminine on that level. And once you open up that Kundalini energy and explore that, it's going to bring a lot of beautiful positive energies into your life too. So sometimes we're taught to repress some of our natural instincts and desires, but when we follow after our desires, especially with twin flame union, it's going to kind of open a floodgate for healing your sacral and bringing a lot of positive spiritual energy into your life, then bringing a lot of abundance and money into your life too. So this is a connection that is, maybe it already has, but it's meant to open up a lot of abundance and good things into your life and bring you that beautiful spiritual flow of energy, but also a financial flow of energy too. So this might be a sacral healing that needs to take place too. Just kind of depends on how that translates to you. Okay, I'm going on that note anyways, right? Masculine, heal your sacral, go after your desires. And this is with your twin flame, right? You know you desire your twin flame. All right, some of you guys are trying to repress it and shut it off with your emotions, because when we talk about trying to avoid our emotions and how we feel, that's the sacral, and we're kind of shutting off that energy flow. Open it up, right? Go after what makes you feel good with this connection. All right, I'm going in that note anyways. I do have activations and healings up for today, but I have tons in my shop anyways, and something you guys should be doing more, especially if you're a twin flame right? But anyways, tons of healings, and I have the twin flame ones too. So if you are a twin flame, make sure you're picking any of the twin flame healings in my shop, but any of them are really good for you anyways. Have a beautiful day. If you need me, just go ahead and book any healings or readings on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com.